Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review History of Evil. And this is a new horror thriller from writer-director Bo Mirosini, and this film focuses on a family on the run from a corrupt state of neo-fascist America in like 2045, and they take refuge in a safe house with an evil past. And this film tries to balance this dystopian kind of future of a neo-fascist America with this resistance, and Jackie Cruz is a resistance fighter, and her husband Paul Wesley and their daughter, they all try to camp out at this old home along with Trudy, Rhonda Johnson-Denn's character, and it turns out to be kind of haunted by the spirit of this really racist family. And like, they have an old Klansman hood there, and you have Wesley's character being visited by this ghost who basically is trying to teach him toxic masculinity, and it's like, you need to put your woman in her place kind of things. And this film's trying to do a lot. First off, it does have some moments of really strong tension. There's like this checkpoint scene towards the beginning of the film that, like, you have some real tension there. And there's a couple of moments fleetingly throughout it. Some of them are more the supernatural thing and so on. But in between, this film just kind of lacks the energy that's propelling it forward. So like, there's times where I'm just like a little bored. And it's hard getting from scene to scene sometimes watching this because it just lacks that energy. It's not feeling like we're propelling forward. You go from this really tense scene to like apathy. Tense scene to apathy. Like, it's very jarring in terms of that. It's also jarring in terms of like this whole like dystopian kind of thing where there's plenty of material there for this to be a thriller, because like, you have visits from these squads, and they're trying to hide in the house, and Wesley's character, the husband, is trying to sell off like, hey, yeah, I'm the one who lives here. You have moments like that where you're like building up some real tension. But then you have all of this like supernatural stuff, which I think the performance of this ghost is what really sells it. But like, it's very much skating on the surface and very blunt in terms of what it's trying to say. And I feel like that's this film overall. It skates along the surface and doesn't really dig deep enough because it's trying to balance too many things. These are two really big ideas, and you have elements that are trying to focus on this haunting. You have elements trying to focus on this dystopia, and they feel like they're taking away from each other. There's a big, big emotional moment towards the end of this film that feels like a big payoff to one of these things, and you should feel like you're in that moment, but then something from the other storyline has to rush in, and you're like, oh crap, and you don't have enough time to really like sit in it. And I feel like this film's a constant tug-of-war between these two big ideas instead of working together to really shape this film. Now, both of them are hitting on similar ideas of bigotry and hate, but like, not together. And they feel like they're completely separate, trying to tear screen time away from each other, and that's not effective. You do feel enough for this family. I think Cruz does a really fine job. Wesley has some moments, but this film feels way too murky and muddled to really sell what it's trying to do, and unfortunately it feels disappointing in that way. But those are my thoughts on History of Evil. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.